Here we are at the Royal
South Yarra.
Saltiara Tennis Club with somebody who just passed away on Wimbledon 1887.
1887.
Yeah,
It feels like that.
yeah. I mean, he was jumping on the stairs. I mean, to celebrate and hug Ian Buckley,
Yes,
and
Ian.
he
Yeah.
had beaten nobody, even Lendl in the final.
Lando in the final. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, Connors in the semi-final. Villander.
I mean, oh,
All
easy tournament,
yeah,
easy
easy
draw.
tournament. Well, it was easier to play those guys on the fast grass court. So
Yeah.
than it was a slower hard court or clay. Though Jimmy Connors, of course, loved the fast grass court, but
Then,
he was kind of older, so
yeah.
maybe I got lucky.
Then what you don't know is that before the tournament started, I went with the famous Italian journalist Rino Tommasi, and we were looking at the bettings. And they said, "Oh, Pat Cash is given 12-1."
Mm.
And I said, "I want to try to put £10. I mean,
Right.
come on, I can afford £10. Let's see
Right.
what happens." And Rino Tommasi said, "Well, I think it's difficult." I said,
Mm.
"Well, we'll see." And you know what happened?
Wow, that was good.
So,
You made some money.
I owe you some money.
You
I
do
owe
owe
you,
me some money. You're
but you
buying the
want,
next drink in here.
yeah, yeah. Listen, Pat, that was probably your best memory you have been asked 10,000 times. But
Mm.
now here in Australia, what do you think? How do you see different the Australian Open, where you had also some sort of success? No.
Yeah, of course. I played the first few Australian Opens I played was at Kooyong,
Yeah,
which was a club
not
not
too
far
far.
from here and
Yeah,
not dissimilar to this. A lot of grass courts, beautiful club. That's like they
yeah.
played the.
I'll show that we have
Yeah,
some
you
behind
can't.
some
They're all grass courts. You can't
grass.
really
Yeah,
see, but
yeah.
that's
Okay, that's okay.
and it was of course that was the home of the Australian Open for 70 years, 80
Yeah.
years, and then I lost. I played won two Davis Cups with my teammates there, 83 and 86, and the finals were on the grass. Played Sweden, and we and then
Villander, you know.
Villander was
Eh,
Villander in '83,
Yeah,
and then Pernfors Edberg in '86,
yeah,
um, and then that was the last grass court
yeah,
Australian Open at
yeah.
Kooyong in
Then
'86, and then we
yeah,
moved to here
Flinders Park,
in
Melbourne Park.
'88. So yeah, '87 and '88. So I lost in the final to to Stefan in the final after beating him in the Davis Cup final. I lost a few weeks later in the Australian Open final on the grass, and then we moved. You know, what we needed. I think Australian tennis realised they needed to create something
Sure,
new and big, and
it
to
is
be
very big now.
it's
Maybe it's even
hugely big.
too big.
Maybe
Or
even
not?
two. Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
But it's a great facility, great
Yeah,
festival, and you know it is spectacular.
yeah,
And that was because we had room and we had a new facility. So it is the newest facility, of
sure,
course.
sure.
What any of the big tournaments,
Yeah,
I
three
think.
three indoor courts. I mean, nobody had it
Yeah,
before.
no,
Yeah,
it's been fantastic
yeah,
for the tournament. So that was the first year. It was very exciting to play in the final against Mats Wilander. 8-6 in the fifth. I lost. So
yeah,
I've lost two finals in 5 sets.
yeah,
I played well in both of those finals, but it was the court was about similar speed, maybe a little bit faster than
yeah.
the one currently. Um, Balls were slower and heavier, but it was oh, good catch. Caught my glasses. A bit windy here. Um, so it was you know I was very proud of the fact that we played in the new stadium, and I
Yeah.
played the first final. I lost, but again it was a great match.
Well, look, there is another player who played two finals in slams. It's called Sasha Zverev,
Mm.
and both of them he lost in 5 sets. He lost to in 2020 to team at the U.S. Open and was serving for the match 5-3 in the fifth.
Mm.
And also he lost the last year in Paris to Alcaraz, and he was up 2 sets to 1. So I
Mm.
mean, while Sinner has played two finals and he won them all, both. I mean,
Yep.
here in Australia, recovering against Medvedev, and then also he won the U.S. Open.
Yep.
So what do you think about this final?
Yep. We might have to change it after tomorrow. Come and interview me tomorrow, but you know I think it's going to be a close final.
Yeah, well,
It has to be. Zverev is so determined to do well. I think Yannick hits the ball harder. I think he's got more ability at the net. But Zverev plays. You just have to fight and fight and fight to beat the guy. He's so tough to beat. Um, he's got his second serve now is very consistent.
Yeah,
He used to
before he
serve
was making a
lot of
double
double
faults.
faults, and you could win. You'd win a game,
Yeah.
point or two, three. Now he doesn't do that hardly at all. And in his first serve is got even better.
But
So
what does it impress you more about Sinner? Because of course in Italy now everybody is fond of Sinner.
yeah,
Everybody talks almost we talk about tennis as much as of soccer.
yeah,
Can you
yeah,
believe
good.
it?
It's good. It's good. It's a well, tennis is a better sport. They don't fall down and cry every time they get touched, and roll on the floor, roll on
Yeah,
the ground.
yeah.
I think
Well,
they're looking.
we're actors.
I think they're looking for their lipstick or their
Yeah,
makeup that's fallen
yeah,
on the
yeah,
ground. But
yeah,
Yannick is a tennis player. He's in many ways very different than a football player. He's very determined, very focused. Not that all football players aren't, of course,
yeah,
but it's an individual sport. You have to
yeah.
take ownership of that, and he's
And
done
then
a
he has
great
an
job.
Australian coach.
Coach, yeah, that's he's Darren was a tough player,
Yeah,
and I think he's coached many great champions, and they're all tough competitors.
yeah,
Every one of them he played, and you don't get to number one in the world if you're not extremely tough competitor. And
mm.
and I remember seeing Yannick at I was coaching Alexei Popperin,
Yeah,
and Tennis Australia asked me to help him try and qualify on the
yeah,
grass for the first year at Wimbledon. His first time he went there, and the first day I went there with him to practice at Roehampton where the qualifying was, and it was a wet day. The courts had just dried out, and I said, "Who are you playing with?" And he said, "It's Sinner." And I said, "Oh, okay." I don't know who that was. He's a
yeah,
young kid. He's so good. He hits the ball so well. And I saw him, and I went, "How can he possibly play? He's too skinny. He's so
yeah,
skinny."
yeah.
And I watched him hit the ball, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness!" Boom, bang, in the middle every
Yeah.
time.
And
I never seen
the
anybody.
sound of the ball on his racket is different from any other
It
player.
is, and it's interesting because as you probably know, I'm a bit crazy with the technique.
Yeah,
What Yannick does
not
differently
only
than
with the
most,
technique, you're a bit
a
crazy.
bit crazy, yeah. But I like to watch to see what these players do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How do they become champions? As
Right.
everything just goes everywhere. I'll just save that glass.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Good catch. Almost broke on the floor. Um, the what he does interesting with his left hand when he's not the hand that he's not hitting with
Yeah,
is so often we see tennis players that's all talking about follow to and rotation and the
yeah,
rotation. This left arm when he hits, they rotate.
yeah,
But this and then rotating all the time. You see Djokovic, Murray doing this, and
yeah,
sometimes they get off balance. And this arm goes.
yeah,
What Yannick does a lot is he doesn't pull it around; he pulls it in, and that's where you get power from the serve. So when you're serving, when you're serving, you hit a serve. Some players pull their arms down. The best servers pull their arms in and makes this side of their body strong, and they're able to brace and enable the racket arm to get extra speed. And he does that better than anybody I've ever seen. And so the speed of the ball, the topspin, and the speed of the ball. I've never seen a player. Rafa, I've seen the ball drop. But Yannick, it's so fast and
yeah,
then drops.
yeah.
It's and that's obviously there's the
And
strings and things help,
and
but
also,
it's his technique with his.
and also
So
if you see with his forehand, when he goes, he ends, and when he goes behind with the racket, it makes a swirl that is I haven't
yeah,
seen anybody doing
well,
that.
Rafa does that. The
Yeah,
Alcaraz does that. It's a very modern thing to do. It
yeah,
gives extra spin, but he's able to do certain shots, closed stance shots, forehands and backhands
yeah.
off short balls, which he shouldn't be able to do, but he
He
does it.
does.
His racket
And
head speed
also,
is so fast.
don't you think that while Djokovic, when he plays his backhand, he has the both hands very close to his body, while Sinner is capable to hit very strong with the two hand backhands, even if the ball is far out with a long arm,
Yeah, well,
not next to the body. That is different.
well, with the longer arms you have, the more power you have, but
Yeah.
it's less control. But he has power and control.
Yeah.
It's like playing if a golf club. You have a long golf club against
Yeah.
a short golf club.
Yeah.
The shorter golf club is easier. That's why they have it around the green. They chip the ball and they
Yeah.
control. The longer one for power, but he
Yeah.
has the long golf club and the control.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's quite phenomenal player, and the movement is something. He's a very special player from the first time I saw him as 15-year-old kid, and he's a very humble man. I've got to know him obviously with Darren as Cahill as well. Very very
What
impressed.
Darren told you about him? About his personality?
We talk a lot. We actually we text quite a lot.
Yeah.
Darren and I'm a big fan of Yannick. I said I've liked him since he was a kid, and I was very happy that he worked with Darren. I said,
Yeah.
oh, is he a good kid? I like him. He's a good player, and you
But
guys
Darren
will do
is
well.
dropping at the end of the year. He says he stops playing. He stops coaching.
Yeah, I mean that's his personal opinion. He's travelled a lot, Darren,
Yeah,
over the last
yeah,
few years for his
yeah.
whole life. So
Would you like to coach Sinner?
who wouldn't want to coach Yannick Sinner? I mean, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I certainly I know I could help him around the net, but you know I'm not just a net player.
Yeah.
People said that, oh, you're just a serve volley. I said,
I-
yeah, you haven't. At Wimbledon I was, but
Yeah.
you got to watch some other matches.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't just a.
Well,
You
I
can't
think you
just
played
serve
also
volley,
on clay in Italy. Yeah. You
Yeah.
played Florence
Oh,
also.
yeah, I played a lot. I played a lot in the clay as
Yeah.
a junior.
When I
played a
was
lot.
tournament director.
Everywhere. I was in Italy,
Yeah.
Bari, Bologna, Livorno, Milano. As a junior, I did that circuit
Yeah.
when I was 14,
Yeah.
15. A lot of,
Yeah.
I played a lot of time in Italy.
Yeah. Yeah,
I liked the attacking play, so I didn't play the typical clay court
Yeah.
playing. I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought it was boring. It's more fun to come to the net and finish
Yeah.
the points off. But anyways, yeah, Yannick, it's gonna be hard for him today. I'm a bit concerned about his illness that he had in the early in the week.
Yeah, you never know. He
never-
had some problems with Rune, then cramping after
Yes,
2.5 sets. It's strange.
that's a big concern.
Yeah.
You have to be 100% fit to win
Yeah.
a final. Nobody's 100% fit when they get into a final. There's always something a little bit sore or tired,
Yeah.
but you manage to get through it, and he's going to have to find that ability to fight his way through and take his time. If in between points when he's tired,
Yeah.
whatever he has to do, you can go of course after each set and go to a toilet break and relax, get in the cold air.
Yeah.
Stupid rule in my opinion, but
Yeah. Well, 11 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you
But-
stop a match? How can you stop a marathon
But,
running marathon and stop it for 11 minutes because you need a break? It's only sport you stop for 10 minutes. Anyway, don't. But anyway, so it's going to be a battle.
But the rule gave him the chance, and it's
Sure.
not that he
No,
broke
no.
any rule.
No,
So
no,
I
no.
mean,
No, exactly.
and then
Stupid rule.
87% of the people who ask a toilet break, they're losing.
That's all right. Yeah. Funny. I wonder why. Of course they are.
Okay.
If they can, they can. It's the
Okay.
rules.
Listen, Pat, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I wish you the best for your
Thank you.
coach career. I don't know
Yeah.
what are you doing now?
No, I had time off. I'm starting up a supplement range. So
Yeah.
Cash Health, Wellness, vitamins, minerals, all things like
Okay.
that. So that's been my project. But I love coaching. So you'll see me on the court again.
All
soon.
right, listen, Pat. It was always a pleasure to be with you. It's always fun to talk to you, and you were great as a player and as a human being because you were always straight, not hypocritical.
Not much of a-
Some people in Australia I met. Some are.
I'm not much of a politician. I know.
Okay.
It's not enough time to waste. Anyway.
Well, there is a politician next to us that I may interview, and he's a politician. I don't know if you. What do you think about John Alexander? He's not listening to us. What do you think about him?
J.A. was a hero. I was a hero to me growing up. I know he's just there, but I've told him to his face. He was a hero. He was a legend for Davis Cup. I saw him play on TV. I wanted to be like J.A. I tried to copy his serve. And that's the great thing about the Davis Cup. You guys are lucky. The Davis Cup is in Italy. It's around. But we don't have Davis Cup at home and away anymore.
I know.
One match. we don't see that champions. I saw this guy play, and I was like, oh, I want to be like him. Leighton Hewitt saw me play; he wanted to be like me. You know,
Yeah.
it goes on. But
Yeah. Sure.
now we don't see our heroes playing here, so that's an issue with Davis Cup. I think they need to fix. But Ja, great man,
Okay.
is a good man. So I
Okay.
enjoy chat with him.
Okay. Ciao, Pat. Thanks. Grazie.
Grazie. Prego.
Bravo.